Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're diving into the wild world of distressed multifamily owners and their epic adventures in today's twisty economic jungle. Many owners and investors are scratching their heads, wondering how to steer their ship through these stormy seas. In the world of commercial real estate, borrowers are navigating the challenges of a tighter debt environment, with some market areas still feeling the heat. This is important because many apartment owners are facing not just uncooperative assets, but also tricky debt, squeezed cash flow, and limited options for delay. Distress usually does not begin with a single event. It develops when several pressures converge at once, such as a loan maturity that cannot be refinanced on acceptable terms, floating rate debt that has outgrown the property's cash flow, operating expenses that rise faster than revenue, or investors who are no longer willing to put in additional capital. Those pressures become even more difficult when the property sits inside a syndication or joint venture. At that point, the challenge is no longer just about the lender. It also involves governance rights, disclosure obligations, guarantee exposure, partner alignment, and the risk of disputes if action is delayed too long. At our company Christmas party, I shared a story about how buffaloes and cows can both sense a storm long before it arrives. They have the same warning, but they respond very differently. The cow turns and runs away from the storm. At first, that feels like the safer choice. But the storm keeps moving, eventually catches up, and the cow ends up running inside it for longer than necessary. The buffalo does the opposite. It turns and runs into the storm. The impact comes sooner, and the struggle is real. But the buffalo gets through it faster, emerges stronger, and reaches the benefits on the other side sooner. That image is a useful way to think about distressed multifamily ownership. Many owners can sense the storm early: weaker debt service coverage, refinance quotes that do not work, rising expenses, investor resistance to capital calls, and lender communications that start to sound different. The temptation is to wait, avoid the difficult conversations, and hope conditions improve. In practice, that often means the storm catches up and the owner spends more time under pressure, with fewer options and greater fatigue. Observing our clients over the last several years has shown that the natural tendency is to run or even attempt to ignore the warning signs rather than addressing the issues head on. Your reaction determines the length and the toll it takes on you, your team, and stakeholders. When a multifamily property starts showing real signs of distress, the first goal should be clarity. Owners should quickly assemble loan documents, amendments, guarantees, operating agreements, current financials, reserve information, rent rolls, and recent lender correspondence. That collection of information usually reveals where the true pressure points are and what options remain. The next move is to test the business honestly. Can the property support modified debt? Would fresh equity actually solve the problem? Is the best answer a workout, a recapitalization, a sale, or an orderly transition? Owners who answer those questions early are usually in a better position to negotiate from strength rather than from urgency. Distressed multifamily properties typically follow a few strategic paths. Workout or forbearance occurs when the property is viable, but debt terms require adjustment. Recapitalization involves bringing in new funds, adjusting partnerships, or changing governance to maintain the property. A sale or note sale may be pursued when exiting the property in an orderly manner retains more value than holding it. Deed in lieu or receivership is chosen when ownership needs a structured transition to prevent further loss. Litigation or bankruptcy is necessary when conflicts arise among multiple parties and cannot be resolved informally. Choosing the right path depends on factors such as property condition, owner goals, investor support, lender stance, and the true level of guarantor risk. Kelly Clark assists clients in navigating these challenges with a direct and strategic approach. Complex issues in distressed multifamily situations often necessitate coordinated efforts across various areas, including commercial real estate, syndications, investor communications, workouts, restructurings, and disputes, as the legal challenges typically span multiple disciplines simultaneously. That support can include reviewing loan documents and guarantees, negotiating forbearance and modification agreements, structuring recapitalizations, advising on disclosures and investor communications, helping resolve partner disputes, and managing sale, receivership, deed in lieu, or litigation processes when necessary. The objective is to help clients move through the storm with intention, preserve value where possible, and position themselves for the opportunities that come after the pressure subsides. The lesson from the buffalo is not that the storm is easy. It is that turning toward reality early often shortens the hardship and improves the outcome. In distressed multifamily situations, that usually means engaging the issue before the market, the lender, or the documents eliminate room to maneuver. Kelly Clark is here to secure your investments and protect your future. So, if you find yourself in the middle of the storm or sense that it is quickly approaching, please feel free to reach out and schedule a consultation at kellyclark.com or call the number on the slide.